So this next tutorial is going to look at how we can take a project that we've modeled in Rhino or any other 3D modeling software, and we can render that in D5. So first of all, what you want to have is your model and each different element of the model. We want to have them on their individual layers, each with their own custom material. So for instance, to add a new custom material, you can touch this circle in the material tab, go here, new material, custom, and that way it'll have its own new individual material. Okay, so from there, we want to hit this button to connect to D5. I've already got it open so it doesn't have to load. So here we are in our project, everything is blank white. First thing we want to do is find our materials. Assuming you already have an idea of what you want each thing to be in your head, you can go into the Assets tab, into Materials, and let's say we want to start with the windows. So let's go to Glass, scroll down, and let's just go normal glass. Then you have this dropper tool, and we essentially just want to pick the areas that we want to be glass. So let's click on that, and we'll see it slowly starts to load in our glazed panels. So this process we can repeat throughout. So if we want these walls here to be brick, let's make it quick and let's just search up bricks rather than scrolling through. You can scroll through and find one you like. Let's go with this one. And let's click it into this area here. So as that loads in, what we'll see is not always is the scale how we want it to be. So we can click into this material and scroll down, and here we see stretch. So you can drag that either way, and it'll start to rescale your material. Moving on, we can find materials for the rest of our parts. So let's say we want the structure to be, let's go with aluminium for the beams. Let's go with black for the Swinburne colors. We can click it into this area here. Once again, we can see that starts to load in for us. And let's do the facade panel. So we're in metal. D5 has lots of presets. Maybe we want something perforated. So let's scroll down to one we found before. Let's go with this one, which has a bit more randomized perforations. We can click it onto our panels. And as we can see, that is going to turn our completely flat surface into a surface with perforations. Once again, we can stretch this if we want the holes to be bigger or smaller. Let's make them a little bit bigger. We can rotate it a little bit. But the next thing we want to do is, for our project, we want these to be red and black for Swinburne. So we can scroll up to the top of this material tab, click this, and simple as that, we can change it to red. And then let's click the other group that we had, and let's make those black. Okay, starting to look like a rendered project.